Upgraders is getting a new update tomorrow. We're getting a new Ark, 2 new weapons, new items, new crafting updates, and a new game mode. There's a lot to go through. We're going to start with the trailer first, and then we'll check out all of this nitty-gritty details. All right, we're going to watch through this trailer. I'll let it play first, and then we'll go through what's happening. The laser beam.
Oh, wait, hold on. What's this? Oh, no.
You heading up?
Just got back. How is it up there? Gonna be at Lance's all night.
That bad, huh?
Those are repeating pulses. That's not tectonic movement.
Hey, watch out for shredders up there.
Running spaceport, don't worry about it.
Keith says they're all over.
I'll take my chances.
That'll be 6,000. Whatever you're about to ask is extra.
Word is you're working on something new. Okay. My mistake.
Come back later.
These patterns don't make sense.
What are you talking about?
Shawnee, you're gonna want to hear this. Are you alone?
I'm alone.
My readings are all over the place.
Well, what do we need?
New tech. We can't see anything up there.
So, better antennas?
Yes, and we're gonna need way more of them.
All right. It's going to take a lot of hands, though.
I'll open up my box of bribes.
I love the way they're bringing the lore into the projects. If you look right at the end, you can actually see the new Ark, the Vaporizer. Pay attention to this. Seems to be a smaller Ark. You know what? Yes, that's it there. That is it there. So it's not as big as the Rocketeer, but I think it's bigger than the Hornets and the Wasp. It looks like this is on down battlegrounds. Have a look at this. See it there? There's a couple other things in the trailer that I've picked up on. Firstly, we can actually see something as we come through here. A fun little nod that the shredders are coming to every map if you listen to this.
Hey, watch out for shredders up there.
Running spaceport, don't worry about it.
Keith says they're all over.
I'll take my chances.
Running spaceport, don't worry about it. Then Tianwen teases the new weapon. We'll take a look at those new weapons in a second. And then we can see one of the new skins here. And also the Ark there. So it looks bigger than a Hornet and a Wasp, but I think smaller than a Rocketeer. We've got an update to Scrappy, which we'll take a closer look at the minute. And then also, this is the project, but we can see a little electric guitar in the corner there. So it might be a new instrument coming in this update as well. Let's take a read through the blog. That's where it gets really interesting, though. Okay, the Flashpoint update. Find the truth. Raiders. Celeste's radar is flooding with unknown signatures. Scouts are scrambling to assess these new threats, and chatter in the tube suggests you might have to abandon your usual tactics. Shredders are escaping containment. Novel laser-equipped Ark are sweeping the skies, and hulking, unarmed machines are making controlled landings across the grounds. The hulls likely packed with salvageable resources. It won't be easy, but with some new shooters in your backpack and a taste for fresh loot, who could refuse? The Flashpoint update goes live on March 31st. That is tomorrow. In fact, it's less than 24 hours from now. Looking at the time, it's going to be about 15, 16 hours from now. Usually that's when they drop the update. I'll be live. So, if you want to see me live, checking it out and going through all the details, how to get the new weapons, we'll figure it out live together. That'll be on this channel. Ark Operation, close scrutiny. What's that? Fast descent, controlled landing, a probe too large, seems to stay put. No clear signs of aggression. Well, not from the object anyway. The Ark patrols accompanying it are unprecedented. Celeste calls it the Assessor. She wants to know what it's doing. Raiders want whatever it's holding. 2 birds, 1 stone. Ark operations are a new type of major map condition, and close scrutiny is certainly not for the faint of heart. There's less loot available around the map, but who knows what riches lie within the Ark Assessor. Bring your best gear and ready up for a fight. I talked about this recently in another video. I'd love to see more Ark-based map conditions, and we finally got them. This is the Ark Operation. So it's clear they're leaning into sort of more PvE style content. It's not always just going to be about looting, which is pretty awesome, I must say. I'm very, very excited to see how this feels gameplay-wise. There's not going to be much loot to get, but taking these things here will probably call in Waves of Ark. I'm sure we'll see the new Ark in here as well, and it'll be a way to get one of the new blueprints. Right, let's have a look then. Further details. So this is the new Vaporizer. In this picture, it looks pretty big. It looks like the size of a Rocketeer, but I'm not convinced. We saw a little bit of a sneak peek in the trailer. It looks smaller than a Rocketeer, but it has a similar sort of architecture, I suppose. It has a set of 4 thrusters, but each of these is actually 2. So technically it's got 8 thrusters. It also has a completely white armor. Now, if this is similar to the Bombardier's armor, then it's going to come off fairly easily. So these white parts might be the weak point, but we're going to need to break them off first before we can do much damage to its core. That's going to be my guess. It does seem to have some kind of thruster on the back. I'm guessing these things are going to move very fast and be pretty dangerous. Probably one of the hardest Ark we're going to fight, and I'm guessing if we read through this, whatever the assessor is doing, it must be important. A new flying Ark type has been spotted, stalking the areas around the operation. Already earning notoriety among raiders for its devastating laser attacks and idiosyncratic attack patterns, they call it the Vaporizer. So it seems like this will be in the new mode. It might be in other game modes. The Comet and Firefly, whilst they are featured in Hurricane a lot, you do see them added to the rest of the game as well. Only time will tell. We'll find out tomorrow. And then we got the new weapons and items, which is probably the most exciting part. Tianwen keeps to herself, but even she has been uniquely isolated in recent weeks. Sounds of welding and cursing from her workshop have been heard late into the night as she attempts to forge new weaponry and gadgets. It's time to find the blueprints and give them a go yourself. Kanto. The Kanto is a submachine gun that still gives you a fighting chance against Ark in close quarters combat. Running on medium ammunition, this weapon keeps the machines and opportunistic raiders at arm's length. Delabra. The Delabra gives raiders a new way to punch through Ark armor plating in close range. This energy shotgun features a variable focus, allowing you to fire off a wide burst or a focused funnel of electricity. Head to the close scrutiny Ark Operation for the best chance of finding this blueprint. Interesting. And then we got the Surge Coil. Better safe than sorry. Sometimes you need peace of mind that nobody is going to sneak up on you while you're otherwise engaged. The Surge Coil is a deployable device that periodically electrifies its surroundings, shocking anything that drifts into its orbit. So a new deployable. So this SMG is a medium type SMG. It looks like a Tech 9. It's basically going to be a little bit better at dealing with Ark. And probably a little bit less pure raider damage, so middle of the range. Might be worth picking up. We'll have to try it out and find the blueprint for it tomorrow. And then we got the new energy weapon Delabra. I assume this is going to be a legendary. It's not an explosive weapon. It is a shotgun. But depending on how you aim, I'm guessing that could change the fire. Maybe it can do like a big, spread attack, like a shotgun, and then maybe more of like a laser beam attack. It's got two different attack types. We'll have to figure it out. That's for sure. And then we got the new radar project, High Gain Antenna. Rumors, radar pings, recordings. Information coming into Speranza continues to trouble Celeste. Raiders have been swapping stories about strange shapes in the sky during the hurricane. But where have they come from and where are they headed? So that's the new Ark. We saw the tease for that in Hurricane. Celeste and Shadi need to get an eye in the sky. Expect them to reach out for help gathering important resources to build a high-gain antenna. You'll be rewarded for your effort, but what they're tracking is a threat to all of us. Time to do your part. Interesting. So basically just another trophy, another project, and a way to get some extra freebies. And then we got the Scrappy update. Quite a lot this time. Scrappy feeding boost. The bond to your raiding rooster has been deepened, and you can now increase the types of loot Scrappy collects by feeding him particular items. Out of gratitude, Scrappy will also drop you some more valuable items so long as you continue to feed him. So that sounds like a more interesting way for Scrappy. You know, we can, we'll have to find out what items he can actually give us. We'll figure that out tomorrow. Spreading shredders. So, yeah, someone forgot to close the Stellamonter's doors on their way out. Stay sharp on Bluegate, Buried City Spaceport, as well as Damn Battlegrounds. Drawing map conditions, the floating menace has been spotted all across the Rust Belt. And then perhaps the biggest change I think a lot of people are going to be happy about. Huge crafting improvements. We know that crafting the perfect loadout takes time, when sometimes you really want to be raiding. That's why we're introducing some handy improvements to the crafting system, streamlining your time in Speranza. When crafting, raiders will now be able to fulfill missing materials directly, reducing time jumping between tabs. When materials are missing, raiders will be presented with a list of available sources, letting you recycle, refine, or purchase in a single window. So it's going to make it really quickly to just gather all your materials, whether you're going to recycle something, refine something, purchase something, or just use what you've got. Like everything in a single place. It's going to save so much time and make things so much easier to craft. Really good change. Then we've got the Wasp Hunter set. This is a new cosmetic bundle set. You got to pay a price tag for it, and then you get the skins and 2,400 raider tokens on top. And we've got these 3 cosmetic bundles coming later on throughout April. So pretty cool. This looks like quite a sizable update. Will this be enough to bring you back to Ark Raiders? Are you interested, excited? Let me know. I'm looking forward to it. I'll see you all in the comments. Cheerio.